Televisa presenta.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rodrigo, and thank you for joining us one more day and keeping up with the world. Hi, I'm Diego, and for today's session, we're going to talk about climate change around our city, our country, and around the world. And we're going to start with my partner Daniela, who is going to talk about climate change here in Irapuato.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Daniela, and I'm going to be talking to you about how Irapuato is living under clouds of pollution. So, the ecologist group named Planet 4 announced this week through social media that there is a cloud of contamination over the sky of the city, and according to the SEICA, the Sistema Estatal de Información de Calidad del Aire, the city has been living under a poor air quality with excessive levels of dangerous pollutant gases during the last weeks. And so, the recommendations suggested by this system are to reduce outdoor activities, avoid and report any type of burning, as well as to reduce the use of cars. Now, I'm going to move with my partner Paloma, and we're going to talk about how climate change is affecting our country.
Thank you, Dani. Good morning, everyone. I'm Paloma, and did you know that Mexico is going to be more affected than other countries by climate change effects? A minimum increase in the temperature of the planet will have catastrophic consequences, both for the environment and for the society. And our country should turn on the alarms because it will be one of the countries that will suffer the most from these effects. This according to the IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change.
Mexico will witness significant impacts derived from climate change due to the fact that it's a country with a high percentage of people in poverty, as well as levels of development and disabilities in each region and city of the country. Each portion of heating is important, especially to the extent that a warming of 1.5 degrees or more increases the risk associated with lasting or reversible changes, such as the loss of some ecosystems.
According to Roberto Sanchez, researcher of the College of the Northern Border and one of the editors of the text of the IPCC, it is essential that Mexico adapts to the global warming process. Even reaching the 1.5 degree goal, he says that it is inevitable that the impact hit us, and we have not given enough attention to how we can adapt to what comes in terms of challenges in the future. Mexico is a mega diverse country where there is poverty, infrastructure issues that make a future of 1.5 degrees is much less catastrophic for Mexico than a future of 2 degrees. In addition to the lack of attention, there is also a lack of resources to meet the needs of global warming.
Now we're going to move with Rodrigo, who is going to be talking about a mass invasion of polar bears that is terrorizing an island town, and climate change is to blame.
Thank you, Daniela. Fences have risen around kindergartens, special vehicles transport military personnel to their work sites. Residents of the island settlement are afraid to leave their homes. Novaya Zemlya is a Russian archipelago stretching into the Arctic Ocean. It once played host to Soviet nuclear tests, including the largest man-made explosion when the King of Bombs detonated in 1961, releasing 50 megatons of power, and depending on arms race that threaten to turn the Cold War hot. Today, the barren landscape is under siege, from dozens of polar bears locked in their very own sort of hot war. Marine ecologists have long been warning of the peril posed by global warming for the vulnerable species. In the far reaches of Russia, the situation has become traumatic for humans too. Tests reported that the animals had tried to enter office buildings and residential quarters, and they had chased residents and engaged in other aggressive behavior. Photos and video footage posted over the weekend showed polar bears parading through draft living spaces. Tests reported that the animals had tried to enter office buildings and residential quarters, and that they had chased residents and engaged in other aggressive behavior. Photos and video footage posted over the weekend showed polar bears parading through drive living spaces, appearing on playgrounds, staring down dogs, and feasting on garbage. Polar bears are battling adverse conditions of their own, driven by changing conditions in the Arctic, which is warming more than twice as fast as the rest of the planet, according to a 2013 study in the journal Nature. Models suggest that Arctic sea ice is declining at a rate of nearly 13% per decade. Scientists also pointed to climate change as a reason for the aggressive behavior of a lot of polar bears that surrounded a weather station in the Arctic in 2016, threatening a team of Russian researchers.
No part of our world is immune. Are we going to keep pretending that this will not end our world?